Welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be taking you through a step-by-step procedure on how to design business flyer, precisely our salon flyer, including our manicure and the rest, as you can see on the screen. Disclaimer: you guys can see two pictures apparently be turned upside down, which is a mistake, so I want you guys to be very careful whenever you are designing your flyer. So using Pixellab, you open your app, then you select the background that you want to use, which is the color that you'll be using for your flyer to serve as a background. And you've seen the color that I've used here, which is brown. So after selecting the color, you click on that plus and then click on shapes, select square, and then you minimize it as I've just done and extend the bottom, which I'm doing right now and you guys can see. So once you extend the bottom, you shift it to the left side of your background and change the color, which I've just done. Now this is the exact size that I want my shape to be. When you are done, you lock it up as I've done. Then you click on the plus sign again, get a square shape as usual. Then you extend the bottom, you minimize and extend the bottom just like I'm doing here. You do it until you get the exact shape that you want and the length as well. When you are done, you look for the color that you want to use, which I've just selected, and position it at the exact position that you want it to be. So this is how thin I want my second square shape to be. When you are done, you click on the plus button and select another square, and then you increase your radius just like I've done and move to texture. Then you select image and add the image that you want to use. When you select the image, you click on the square, which is 1:1 ratio. Then you click on the mark button and minimize the image to the size that you want it to be, and select stroke, which I've just selected for my radius. So you select the color that you want to use and increase the width of the stroke you want to use as well. Now, because I want it to be a bit smaller, I've minimized it and lock it to prevent it from moving. You head over to the plus button again, you select another image that you want to use. First select the shape, then you select radius and increase the size of the radius that you want to use. Then you minimize the square shape and position it at where you want it to be. You then move and look for texture, then the image, and add the image that you want to use for the flyer. So this is our second image. As usual, you select the square, which is the ratio 1:1, and click on mark. When you are done, you position it as well and look for stroke. Enable it and select the color you want to use for your stroke. We are heading over for our third image. Do not forget to lock your square shapes immediately you are done. So this is our third image. As usual, we are increasing our radius and minimizing the square shape to fit just like others. When you are done, you move to texture, you select the image you want to use. So this is the image you are using, and you can see I've just turned it. So when you are done, you minimize it, look for stroke, select the color you want to use, and let it fit just like others. So we are done with this and we've locked it up. Now you go ahead and select another square shape. This time around you minimize it into a rectangle and extend the base, just like I've done here. So you guys can see I want it to be a little bit longer, so I've just increased or extend the base. Okay, so this is it. You position it exactly as you want it to be, and the exact size or length that you want, you fix it there. When you are done, you go for the color that you want, which I've just selected, and reduce the opacity a bit, or if you want to increase the opacity, you increase it. Then you add a text. What is a flyer without a text? So you add the text that you want to use, which here I'm using Zumba. So once you select the text, you move it to the desired location where you want to position it on your flyer, and look for the font you want to use. So this is my font, and then I'll make it bold. Once you are done, you copy, because you are going to use that same write-up for our second typing. So you type in hair saloon. Okay, you position it at where you want it to be, which you can see I've just done. Then you look for the font you want to use. Okay, so I've just selected my font and click on OK. Make sure you position it well at where you want it to be, and you lock it up. Now we've selected another shape, which is a square shape. We've extended it to be a rectangle and minimize it into the size that we want to use. Now you look for color. Select the color that you want to use for your rectangular shape, which I've just selected, and I'm minimizing it. Then I'll fix it at the desired location. When you are done, you lock it up. We are adding text now, and here we are using our services. That means what we do or what that business flyer contains. So our service. So you shift it and add it to the rectangular base that you have just designed, and you look for the fonts that you want to use. When you are done selecting your font, you click OK, and then you lock it up as usual. We are going in with our typing, and here we are just going to list or dot what we are actually doing. That is our services, and here you can see that I'm just demarcating the point. So once you are done demarcating, you drag it to the desired location. Okay, so I've increased the size a bit so I'll be able to drag it. So I've just dragged it, and I'm going to minimize it into the actual size that I want to use. So this is it. I've made a mistake and I'm correcting my mistake. So I went ahead to renumber or redemarcate the point, and I've dragged it. I'm going to drag it to the exact location where I want it to be, as seen. I've just dragged it to the exact location and added the color that I want to use, and I've increased the size a bit. When you are done, you lock it up and click on test. Now we are going to list our services here. So I've just typed all types of braids, and then fixing wigs. This is basically what you do in your salon. So you just list them up as I'm doing. Now that I'm done with my items, I'll drag it to the point that I've demarcated. Look for the color that I'll use. I've reduced the size, and now I'm dragging it so that it will match with the point that I've demarcated. Okay. So because I want my points to tally with the items that I've listed, I'll minimize it so that it will fit in, just like you guys can see on the screen. So we go in with another square shape by clicking that plus button, minimize your shape, look for texture, then you add the shape that you want to use, which is this. You click on the square shape ratio 1:1 and click on mark. Then you minimize the shape you are using. Okay, so this is it. You lock it up. Now we want to add our color, which is the stroke. So you go enable stroke, then you increase the color and then the stroke width. When you are done, you lock it up. You click on the plus button to select another square shape. Then you look for texture, you add the image you want to use. So you minimize it, and then you click on the square shape ratio 1:1 and click on mark to select the image. So once you are done, you minimize the image and position it at the exact location where you want it to be. You look for color, then you enable the stroke button and increase your stroke width, and then the color that you want to use for your stroke, just like I've done. Once you're done, you position it well, lock it up, and go for another image you want to use, which is selecting our square shape, looking for texture, then the image you want to use. Okay, make sure you minimize it into the square shape that we are using. As you selected, you minimize the image and position it at the exact location. Then you look for stroke, enabled, and then increase the width and the color you want to use for your stroke. When you are done, you click on mark and lock the image. Now we are moving on to add another test, which is location, where your viewers or your client can locate you. So once you add the location, once you are done typing the location, so that is our location. When you are done, you click on OK and drag the image to the exact location where you want it to be, just like I'm dragging my text. So this is where I want my text to be. You look for color and then the boldness and the size of the text that you have just typed. When you are done, you copy and then erase and add a new text. So this is it. We have just locked the first test. Now we are moving to the second test, which is the contact, how people can get through you or get in touch with you. So this is our contact. So once you are done with the contact, you click on OK and drag it to the desired location or where you want it to be. You select the color that you want to use as usual, the font, and then the style. So we've just selected our font and we lock it up. Now we are moving to the final aspect of the flyer, which is you clicking on the plus button and insert the text you want to use. Here we are using hair, and you drag it to the desired location you want it to be. Then you increase the size and the color that you want to use. So when you are done, you click on mark, and now we are selecting the font. Okay, so we are using Arm Wrestler. Okay, so this is it. You position it well and you copy the image again. You erase and then type in your next item. So now we've typed nail. You position it as usual. You head over to copy again and lock it. Then you edit flyer. Click OK and position it. You copy again and lock flyer. So now we are editing the first flyer and we are typing design. So this is it. When you are done, you lock it up. Make sure you position it well. Then you lock it up. This is how to design a business flyer. When you are done, you head over and save your image. That is just it.